Good day, Kavibal, and welcome to our Learn at Home session Facebook Live. For the discussion today, the topic will be on Kids Research for Parents Perusal. Before we begin, take note of the following reminders. Make sure you are registered to the webinar to have your e-certificate of participation. Visit certificate.vibalgroup.com to generate your proof of attendance. Place your questions in the comment box allotted during the session and they will be addressed by our speaker later on. Share the video using hashtag LearnAs1PH as our official hashtag to our Vibal webinars. Experience learning, Kavibal? And now, to proceed with our webinar this evening, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our distinguished speaker today. He finished his Bachelor of Secondary Education major in Physical Science in University of Rizal System Cainta Campus, where he was awarded as the most outstanding student teacher in 2009. He obtained his Master of Arts in Science Education with specialization in General Science in Philippine Normal University, Manila last April 2018. Currently, he is working as a STEM Teacher 3 in Cainta Senior High School. He is a teacher-researcher earning several achievements in the field of research. He won first place for his research paper in District Research Congress in Cainta last September 2019. He also won second place in Division Research Congress, Rizal Province, last October 2019. He was also awarded as Best Oral Presenter in District Research Congress for 2 consecutive years, 2018 and 2019. He was also given recognition as Regional Level Demo Teacher in Batangas City way back 2016. He attended and completed several seminars and trainings. Some of the seminars he completed were Digital Teachers Training of Trainers National Level, Conference of Basic Education Researchers, Southeast Asia Regional Mass Training of SHS Teachers, and 2018 International Conference Workshop for Teachers, Faculty, Educators, and School Administrators. In his free time, he loves to play badminton or surf the net or watch funny TV series and anime. He is married to Lona Jean Carillo and has one daughter, Arabella Jean. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome Mr. Gerald Martos.
Ayan. Hello po ulit. Share ko muna ang aking screen. Share. Ayan. Good evening sa lahat ng viewers ng Vibal Group. Welcome po to another Learn at Home session entitled Kids Research Docs for Parents Perusal. Anyway, this webinar will give the parents a glimpse of what kids are doing when they say, "Ma, may research po kami." Well, we have to consider that because of COVID-19 pandemic, there are processes in research, specifically in methodology, which were altered and may cause confusion to kids or to the researchers. Now, I personally believe as parents, we have to help these kids, not our sons and daughters, in order to clear this confusion, or we must have to know something about research. Okay, so I particularly chose this topic para makatulong tayo sa ating mga estudyante, sa ating mga anak, content-wise, no? Kasi medyo marami ng webinars na napo-provide ang Vibal and pwedeng about kung paano tulungan ng mga bata. Okay? So, this time, ang focus ng talk na ito ay more on research and tungkol dun sa content knowledge ng research para alam natin kung ano ang nangyayari kapag nagre-research ang mga anak natin. Okay? So, let me share first this brilliant aerospace engineer who hailed from Germany. His name is Werner von Braun. According to him, research is what I'm doing when I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so medyo tricky yung statement, pero it makes sense, di ba? Anong ginagawa nyo kapag hindi nyo alam ang isang bagay? Or meron kayong gray area tungkol sa isang bagay or isang pangyayari, for example. Ako, simple lang. Kunin sa cellphone, no? Bukas ng net, at punta sa Google, you type the keywords sa Google sa search bar and then hit search. And then bam, meron ka ng answers, di ba? So yung iba pwedeng nagbabasa ng book, no? Yung iba pwedeng kumakausap ng tao na may alam dun sa subject na yon, or yung iba simple nag-observe lang ng mga ginagawa ng mga taong expert dun sa bagay na hindi nyo alam. So lahat ng ito ay considered research. Okay? Meron pa akong isang papakita. Our very own Senator Cynthia Villar. She's very famous with her remark about research. Sabi niya, baliw na baliw kayo sa research. Aanin nyo ba yung research? Okay? Sometimes, it's easy to comment kapag di tayo masyadong aware sa ginagawa ng mga anak natin. Okay? Pwede nating i-relate yung sinabi ni Senator doon sa mga cases na minsan yung ating anak nagpaalam, magre-research kami. Tapos siguro nakakapagbitaw tayo ng mga salita na, oh, research na naman yan. Ba't ba hindi na natapos yan? Parang nung isang linggo nyo pa ginagawa yung research na yan. Okay? And balikan muna ulit natin yung sinabi ni Senator Cynthia Villar, and this time, yung buo niyang statement. Okay? Ito yung sinabi niya. Focus tayo mamaya doon sa may underline. Okay? Basahin ko muna yung buong statement para alam niyo yun, na as a researcher, dapat hindi tayo bias. Dapat pinapakita natin ang big picture. No? So, 150 million sa research, 265 million sa calamity assistance, and then 468 million yung sa machinery out of your budget na 1.2 billion. So, ibig mong sabihin, bakit parang lahat ng inyong budget puro research? Baliw na baliw kayo sa research. Aanin nyo ba yung research? Ito po yung bigyan natin ng importance in this statement. Ako, matalino akong tao, pero di ko maintindihan yung research nyo, lalo na yung farmer. Gusto ba ng farmer yung research? Di ba? Ang gusto nila, tulungan nyo naman sila. So, yung merong pagkakatulad, yung sinabi ni Senator Villar na may underline, no, yung tungkol sa medyo hindi niya alam yung tungkol dun sa research na ginagawa ng mga scientists natin, and dun sa unang statement na pinakita sa inyo, no, as parents, minsan nakakapagsalita tayo ng mga bagay na alam niyo yun, medyo nakaka-hurt sa ating mga anak dahil hindi tayo masyadong aware sa mga ginagawa nila. According to Racoma in 2019, ang common ground nilang dalawa ay tinatawag na knowledge gap, no? So, there is a gap that needs to be bridged in order for us to appreciate the value of research. Isa yan sa mga kinakaharap ng mga research teachers na katulad ko ngayon. Kapag dumating sa amin ang mga bata sa senior high school, kapag nasabing research, medyo agad sila. Meron talaga silang negative vibe towards the subject. Parang feeling ng karamihan, even the masses, no, feeling nila ang research sobrang complex, sobrang mahirap intindihin, no, parang sa matatalino lamang, pero dahil doon hindi na-appreciate yung objective, lalo na yung benefits ng research. Okay? Medyo seryoso na tayo, di ba? Mabigat agad yung ating mga pinag-uusapan. Pero it's our duty as teachers, as academicians, no, to communicate research to the masses, especially to parents na sila ang kasama ng ating mga anak sa pag-aaral ng ngayong panahon ng pandemic. Okay? So, I am Sir Gerald ulit. Hello po. I thank Vibal Group for another opportunity given to me to talk about kids research.docs for parents perusal. You can find me at Super sciencesensei or gerald.marto01 at deped.gov.ph. Diretso po tayo ulit. Tonight, these are the questions that I hope to discuss with you. First, what is general research framework? Second, what has changed and what has remained the same, no, in terms of research ngayong pandemic? And third, how do these kids go about collection of data? Okay. Unahin muna natin si what is general research framework. What you're seeing is research framework according to Creswell in 2008. Now, according to him, there are three processes in a research framework. First, there must be a question. And then second, you have to collect data to answer that question. And then third, you have to present answer in order to in order for you to answer the question. So on the screen, what you're seeing is a modified research framework by Creswell. So kung nakikita nyo dyan, may additional bullet which is literature search. So paano nagwo-work to? So yung mga anak natin, for example, nakapili sila ng problem. No? Dito tayo sa unang bullet, sa posing a question, nakapili sila ng problem. And then, as researchers, ang ginagawa dapat dyan, hahanap muna sila ng literature to support the problem that they have found. Para malaman nila na talagang researchable yung kanilang kailangang pag-aralan. Now, minsan, mga anak natin, may mga nakikita silang mga katulad na na-research sa literature. Kapag meron ng kaparehong research yung nakita nila or meron ng kaparehong research yung napili nilang topic, babalik sila sa posing a question kasi hindi yun pwede. Hindi pwedeng yung i-research nila ay may kapareho na sa literature. Okay? So, babalik ulit sila sa posing a question and then, again, punta sila sa literature search. Kapag nakakita na sila ng research gap, no, na pwedeng sagutin ang kanilang research, tapos meron ng magandang underlying or parang justification ground para i-conduct yung research. And then, ayun, walang kaparehong research na existing sa literature, pwede na silang mag-proceed sa collection of data. And then, pwede na nilang i-present right after na makollect nilang data, ma-analyze, ma-present, pwede na nilang i-present or i-communicate ang result sa kanilang teacher or to whoever is interested with their research. Now, in between those points, no, medyo simple lang siya kasi framework yan. Pero in between those points, ang rami pong nangyayari dyan. Okay? Sorry to burst your bubble here, parents, pero medyo demanding po ang subject na research. No? As prescribed by Department of Education, medyo marami pong processes ang kailangan pagdaanan para maka-arrive po sa conclusion, para matapos po ang isang research paper. So, pwede po nating maaasa po dapat tayo na hindi ganon kadali para sa bata yung paggawa ng research, but with enough guidance from the teacher and you, of course, for your support, pwede po silang makalampas dun sa kanilang research work. Now, due to pandemic, nagkaroon po ng changes, especially sa collection of data. May mga nagbago po dyan. And to the extent na naapektuhan rin po yung tungkol dun sa question or dun po sa problem or sa mga topics na pwede nilang pag-aralan. Okay? Dumami po ang possible topics na pwedeng pag-aralan dahil sa pandemic. Isa pong example ay yung kagaganap lang na Division Research Conference. This is the 7th and first time virtual research conference na ginanap po sa Rizal Province last December 2, 2020. So, dito po lumabas lahat ng tungkol sa mga researches regarding COVID-19 pandemic. Nandyan po, example po ng mga researches is yung effectiveness ng mga online platforms sa in achieving or increasing academic performance ng mga bata, yung mga hindrances or challenges na na-experience ng bata during distance learning. Lahat po na ito ay na-erase during research conference. So nakita po natin kung paano nag-boom yung topics na pwedeng pag-aralan nung nagkaroon po ng pandemic. Okay? And then, question number 2, What has changed and what has remained the same? Unahin muna natin yung what has remained the same. I want to emphasize that in research, during pandemic or during health crisis, basics remain the same. Okay? They could still go with the quantitative research, numerical explanation of a certain phenomenon, or they want to stick with the qualitative one, or mixed method po. Pwedeng suportahan ng mga qualitative remarks or statements yung kakulangan ng quantitative data na nakuha nila, kaya pwede nilang pagsamahin yon. So that's mixed method research. Another is the quality of research problem. Okay? The quality of research problem is still demanded. Ang mga bata, kapag may maganda yung research problem at sinuportahan ng maayos na data gathering, pwede silang magkaroon ng magandang research output, no? Magandang research paper. And of course, yung salient parts ng mga research na hindi dapat mawala, naka-intact pa rin yan. Kasi sa research, pwedeng mawala yung ibang parts. May mga negotiable parts na pwedeng mawala sa research, tulad ng appendices or definition of terms. Pero yung mga parts like background of the study, related literature, SOP, significance of study, dapat hindi yan nawawala. No? So nandun pa rin siya. Intact pa rin ang salient parts of the research. Now, what has changed? Dalawa po ang bibigyan nating pansin doon sa mga nagbago during this health crisis. First is remote screening and recruitment. And the second is remote data collection. Unahin natin si remote screening. Si remote screening and recruitment, pwede silang gumamit ng email, no, sa pag-recruit ng kanilang mga respondents. Pwedeng i-email yung mga parang snowball effect, no? O yung mauna, i-email nila yung mga kakilala nila, o baka may mga qualified na ganitong respondent para sa akin study. Tapos yung kakilala nila, pwedeng mag-email dun sa iba nilang mga kakilala para mas makakuha ka ng maraming possible respondents. Or, isa sa mga pinakamadaling gawin, you post ads on online social groups, no? Like Facebook, pinakamadali yan, no? Lalo na kapag meron kang Facebook account, syempre. So, isang example ay yung nakita kong ginawa ng dati kong estudyante. She's now studying in UP Manila. And, ayan, gumawa siya ng parang simple graphic about her research, and she is looking for her participants. Ang title ng study niya is Beyond Illness and Wellness, an Assessment on Filipinos' Knowledge, Attitudes, and Practices on Vitamin and Mineral Supplements. So, nakalagay dyan yung mga criteria para maging respondent ka, para maging qualified respondent ka sa kanyang study. So, if you are a Filipino citizen, if you are 18 years old and above, and currently taking any vitamin, multivitamin, or mineral supplements, and able to access Google Forms, you are qualified to be her respondent. No? You just click the link na binigay dyan, and then meron ka ng magiging respondent. No? Meron ng magiging respondents yung ating mga anak. So, pwede po yan. Another is the remote data collection. Okay? So, since hindi na pwede yung yung face-to-face na data collection like library hopping, although medyo lumuluwag na ang mga quarantine protocols natin, pero yung sasabihin talagang iikot ka sa area mo or depende sa scope ng study, no? Medyo nililimitahan pa ng IATF yung tungkol sa paglabas-labas natin. So especially yung mga kids natin who are minors, medyo limited pa ang paglabas nila. So these are some of the ways on how to gather data for their research. Pwedeng gumamit ng electronic mail, nandiyan pa rin ang email natin, Zoom or Meet interviews, online surveys, and secondary sources found in the net. So isa-isahin po natin yan. That leads us to the next slide. How do they go about collection of data? Yan. So we have online surveys, remote interview, secondary datasets, and virtual ethnography. Isa-isahin po natin yan. This is from the most common form of data collection this pandemic to the least common form. Okay? Unahin natin si online survey. In online survey, target respondents completes over the internet through filling out a form. Familiar tayo dyan, parents, di ba? Yan yung pinakamadaling gawin ng ating mga anak, lalo na sa mga working parents, familiar tayo dyan. And researchers could create their own Google form directed from the research questions. One advantage of using Google form, and that is the example given, is the convenient data analysis. Kapag nakapag-try na kayong gumamit ng Google form, si Google form nagsusort siya ng mga answers ng respondents. Okay? For example, hiningi mo sa Google form yung profile ng respondents, halimbawa about their civil status, single, married, widow, separated. So, after na makapagsagot ng mga respondents, pwedeng i-provide ni Google form automatically na nagkakaroon ng summary of responses si Google form. Okay? So, makikita mo doon ilan yung nagsagot na single, ilan yung nagsagot na married, and so on and so forth. Okay? Another is kung gumagawa ka ng test to measure their level of awareness about something, pwedeng si Google Form ay mag-check nung test para sa'yo. Hindi na siya yung kung face-to-face, meron kang i-print na questionnaire, then lalagyan nila ng mga sagot, then mag-check ka pa. Si Google Form, kaya niya nang mag-check on his own, and then after that, meron ka ng score profile. Okay? So medyo madali kapag gumagamit ng Google Form. And syempre, yung data cleaning is mas convenient rin, no? Isang click, dalawang click, mawawala na or mabubura na yung information, especially if we are taking care of the confidentiality of the responses. For remote interview, if you want to do it one-on-one, synchronously, pwede kang gumamit ng chat, no? Pwede kang gumamit ng platforms like Meet or Zoom, okay? And if you want to do it asynchronous, pwede ka namang mag-email, okay? Isesend mo yung questionnaire or yung interview guide sa mga respondents mo, and then magbigay ka ng deadline. Kailan nila pwedeng ibalik yung answers nila para hindi rin sila pressured sumagot, okay? And if you want to interview a cluster of individuals, and then you could arrange a focus group discussion. Again, pwede siyang synchronous using Meet or Zoom para nakikita nyo ang mga respondents nyo. Now, for the advantages, your kids could have diverse participants. Okay? Pwede silang magkaroon ng iba't ibang participant from all over the country. That's possible, no? For example, meron kang participant sa Baguio. Hello sa friend ko dyan, kay Ramon Francis Alastre, engineer, hello. And pwede kang magkaroon ng participant sa Mindoro. Ayan, yung mga friends ko, yung mga classmates ko sa Mindoro, no? Lions 2005, hello, may gathering sila ngayon. And pwede kang magkaroon ng respondents all over the world. And with that, you have richer data kasi iba't ibang respondents mo. Hindi ka confined sa physical proximity ng mga respondents, no? Nakakalabas ka kasi nga pwede mo nang gawin siya over the net. And meron kang richer data, less expensive, and more practical, di ba? And another is easy recording. Yan, alam natin na pwedeng i-record ang conversation na nangyayari sa Meet or sa Zoom, basta meron lang tayong consent sa mga respondents natin. And isang click lang yan, maire-record na. And the private locations. Respondents are in their home, no? Nasa kwarto sila, probably. And it gives them, parang parang assurance na secure sila. So, mas kalmado silang makapagbigay ng kanilang mga responses. Now, merong advantages, meron ring disadvantages. Okay? Una, yung rapport, no? Danas ito ng mga teacher, no? Ng mga teacher na nanonood sa atin na iba ang pag-establish ng rapport sa online class, the screen-to-screen class with the one na nami-meet mo sila face-to-face. Iba yan. There is something in a breathing distance na nakakapag-build ka agad ng rapport. And another disadvantage ay yung body language, especially in qualitative research. Kailangan na makita or ma-note ng ating mga anak as researchers yung mga kinikilos ng respondents, and baka kapag zoom sila kahit open cam or gumagamit sila ng platforms like Gmeet kahit open cam, hindi nila masyadong makita yung body language ng mga respondents. Kasi importante yan, especially in qualitative research. For example, may isang respondent na nag-narrate ng kanyang experience and na nanginginig siya, no? Nagte-tremble yung hands niya habang ina-explain niya yun. So kailangan yung ma-note para mailagay or maisama siya sa paggagawa ng themes or ng conclusion after makagawa ng result. Okay? Syempre, meron pa rin tayong issue with the attention span, having the remote interview, no, held virtually. Meron niyang tinatawag na fatigue, no, screen fatigue. So issue pa rin siya. Okay. Another is the secondary data sets. These are data that a researcher has not collected or created themselves. These are enormous, highly extensive, and nationally representative sets of data. Advantage, usually free to, no? Para siyang database, no? Repository ng mga previous studies na makikita nila or makakakitaan nila ng posibleng literature relevant to their study. Although some are free, or although most are free, some requires software, no? But ito yung mga nakita natin or yung mga ibibigay natin example, hindi nila kailangan ng software para magamit, no? Kasi in some of the sites, kailangan mo mag-download ng data from them, no? And or ng mga data, and kailangan mo ng software. Pero dito sa ating gagamiting mga sites, hindi nila kailangan ng software. Example is the ICPSR, no? ICPSR stands for Inter-University Consortium of Political and Social Research. This is managed by University of Michigan in US, and ganito po yung homepage nila. So pumunta ako dyan, you just type the URL found in the address bar. Ayan po, ito po. Yan, pwede mong i-type sa Google, and then mapupunta ka sa ganyang homepage. And then under for these studies, publications, variables, and webpage, pwede mong i-type yung gusto mong hanapin. Ayan, I tried typing mental health. Okay? And tingnan nyo kung paano nagbigay si ICPSR ng mga information or mga related literature about mental health. So, pwede itong gamitin ng mga anak natin. No? Kapag nagtanong, sobrang hirap maghanap ng literature. Meron ako ibibigay sa inyo, natutunan ko sa Vibal. Di ba? So yan, makikita nyo doon kung kailan sila na-release, no? As early as 1992 and as updated as 2020. Okay? So meron dyan, marami diyang available na literature. Another, si Google, meron din siya. No? Medyo talagang bongga ito si Google. Meron din siyang sariling dataset search. So ito ay makikita sa datasetsearch.research.google.com, and kapag nag-type kayo dyan, ayan, I tried typing distance learning, and nakita nyo kung paano sila nagbigay ng suggestions. Okay? Tingnan nyo yan. Ang raming suggestions dyan, tapos pipili ka lang kung ano ang swak sa study mo. Okay? Another is PISA. Yung naririnig natin ng mga binabalita na PISA. PISA stands for Program for International Student Assessment. So, pwede rin siyang gamitin. Punta lang kayo sa https://nses.ed.gov, no? Surveys PISA 2015. Ayan, makikita nyo na yung resulta dyan. Pwede nyo i-type yung mga link na yan. And another, pwedeng pwede kayong pumunta dun sa PISA 2018 results. Yan yung latest na available sa kanilang data. And ito ay tungkol sa mga achievement ng bata, no? Internationally. Kung gusto niyo makita kung paano tayo nagfe-fare, tayong mga Filipinos, kung paano nagfe-fare sa international benchmarking pagdating sa mga assessments, pwede niyo siyang makita dito sa PISA. Okay? We still have other online sites na kung saan sila pwedeng kumuha ng literature, relevant literature. Meron tayong ERIC, Google Scholar, Elsevier, Science Direct, and DOAJ. Medyo marami talaga silang makukunan ng literature review about their study. Ang medyo challenge lang dito, since very available, no? Already available na ang information. It's just a click away, no? In this click away era. So, ang challenge diyan, paano nila i-manage yung overwhelming data na nakukuha nila. Yun minsan ang nagiging problem ng mga students natin, ng mga kids natin, no? As a research teacher, nakaka-experience ako na copy-paste talaga. Parang cloning talaga ang nangyayari. Kinuha nila and kinuha nila sa internet, nilagay nila sa papel nila, sinubmit sa akin. Okay? Alam natin na you cannot cram the RRL. Sa mga bata na nakikinig, no? Hindi pwedeng i-cram ang RRL. Yung gagawa ka ngayon, tapos ipapasa mo bukas, malalaman ng teacher yan na mainit-init pa. Ibig sabihin, kagagawa lang kagabi yung RRL na supposedly ay ginawa ng how many weeks, di ba? So, hindi kailangang i-cram ang RRL. Lalo na ngayon na nakapag-provide na tayo ng enough database or dataset na pwede nilang pagkuhanan ng literature nila. Okay? Last data collection method is the virtual ethnography. Virtual ethnography is the the least common during normal days. Okay, nung pre-COVID era, that's the least common. Pero nung nagsisimula ng ipatupad yung quarantine protocols, nagkakaroon na ng pag-boom sa mga studies under virtual ethnography. It is also known as cyber ethnography or digital ethnography. It concerns the communities and cultures created through computer-mediated social interactions. Lahat tayo, I guess, yung mga nakakapanood sa atin, meron tayong Facebook account or Twitter account or Instagram account. No? Karamihan sa atin ay more on online selling and online buying na ang ginagawa. So, meron tayong virtual existence na sinasabi. So, pwede siyang pag-aralan under virtual ethnography. This is very interesting and very trendy since hindi na nga allowed na talagang makakapag-roam around the area ka para maghanap ng respondents at gumawa ng research. Okay? So, it could gain knowledge about description of the virtual communities. Ano ba yung mga example ng virtual communities natin? We have computer gamers, we have online sellers, online buyers, Facebook groups, iba pa yan sa mga Twitter users, and each one of them have their own distinct trait na pwedeng pag-aralan. Okay? Ang problema lang dito ay yung tinatawag na electronic eavesdropping. Ano yan? Ano yung electronic eavesdropping? Accordingly, this is an act of electronically intercepting conversations without the knowledge of participants. Ang pinaka-common form nito ay yung wiretapping na sinasabi. So matatanong nyo siguro, sir, paano natin gagawin yung virtual ethnography? Pwede pala tayong makasuhan ng electronic eavesdropping. Well, kasi, for example, gagawa ka ng virtual ethnography about computer gamers. Ano ang mga nangyayaring trend sa isang computer gaming community? Minsan kasi nakaka-develop sila ng own set of words na hindi, or yung mga jargons na sinasabi na hindi maunawaan ng mga simpleng mamamayan, di ba? So, kapag may nagtanong sa iyo, bakit nandun ka sa group nila, you might as well say the truth na isa kang researcher na nag-o-observe ng mga conversations, ng mga daily interactions between, for example, yung mga gamers natin. Now, may another challenges is yung threat to validity of your data. Kasi 'di ba, kapag alam ng respondents na ino-observe sila, okay? Halimbawa, alam nila na ikaw ay researcher, ino-observe sila sa kanilang mga conversations, maaring hindi nila mapalabas yung totoong mga ginagawa nila, no? Nagiging conscious sila, okay? Pwede diyan gumawa ka talaga ng paraan kung paano ma-address yung threat to validity para pagkatapos ng study, no, makakuha ka pa rin ng non-biased na result or parang totoong resulta based dun sa nakita mo sa isang group na yon. Okay? Research pa more? Research pa more? Okay, for the teacher researchers na nakikinig dyan, siguro pwede nating pag-aralan yung Learn at Home Kit ng Vibal Group. No? Meron silang supplement book, meron silang test booklet, teach at home guide, and activity sheets. Alam natin no, na proven na yung effectiveness ng mga learning materials na ganito. It's a research-based, it's a established fact na talagang these learning materials like this one from Vibal could increase academic achievement of learners. But siguro yung pwede mong i-design na research ay pwede kang mag-design siguro ng longitudinal research like 3 years, no? Pag-aaralan mo ano ang naging effect ng Learn at Home Kit ng Vibal. Siguro magandang respondents yung ating mga specific group of participants like learners with special needs, di ba? Makita natin ano ang effect sa kanila in 3 years time. Anyway, hindi naman talaga natin masasabi kung ano ang nangyayari or mangyayari pa sa mga susunod na araw, no? Ayan po. So teachers and parents, let's do this. Kaya po natin yan. And with that, I end my topic about Kids Research Docs for Parents Perusal. Happy weekend, everyone. Thank you. And this is Sir Gerald S. Martos. You can find me in my email and my Facebook account. Marami pong salamat.
Thank you very much, sir. Do you have any last reminders to our viewers for today po?
Last reminder, siguro ano na lang, patuloy na lang mag-ingat ang lahat dahil 'di ba last 2 days ago yata na nasabi na nakapasok na yung second variant of COVID-19 dito sa Pilipinas. And siguro konti man o madami ang natutunan natin about research ngayon. May pandemic man o wala, pakita natin sa ating mga anak na suportado natin sila at mahal natin sila. Shout out sa aking mag-ina, Lona Jean and Arabella Jean, sa aking nanay na nandito, si Mami Roda, sa friend ko dyan, Rex Marvin, Doc Rex, kumusta? And sa family ko sa Mindoro, no? Sina mama at sina papa, sa mga kapatid ko dyan, kumusta kayo? Lagi kayong mag-iingat. Yung mga katrabaho ko, ayun, marami na tayong kailangang gawin, kaya pagkatapos nito, pwede tayong bumalik mamaya sa trabaho natin. Maraming salamat sa pagsubaybay. Lagi po tayong mag-iingat. God bless us all. Thank you, Miss G. And Miss Andy, hello. Thank you po.
There we have it. In behalf of Vibal Group Incorporated, I would like to thank our speaker for today for this very eye-opening and insightful learning session. It is an honor to have you with us today, sir. And to all our Kavibal viewers, all thanks to you for your continuous patronage to our daily learning session. Don't forget to register to get your e-certificate of participation. The link is in the caption of this webinar. Muli, maraming salamat at magandang araw sa ating lahat.
Thank you.